After I just put up a video a few minutes ago, I had a few more thoughts. I got to reading some more of my comments, and I had something I really wanted to address. Um, I was reading one of my comments, and it was about someone who had previously said, if you go on a 500 calorie diet, you're going to gain all this weight back and then some. And then somebody else, came on there and said, you don't know what you're talking about, and said something to the person or whatever. And then somebody else said, you really ought to listen to us. We're trying to help you here. And I guess the reason that I have been so defensive about these kind of comments is because, and it's really my fault, I haven't explained to everyone just how much I've studied health and nutrition. I started studying health probably about 10 years ago. It all started with a guy named Anthony Robbins. He had a product called Living Health. I went through that several times until I knew it frontwards and backwards. That's where I first learned about the importance of eating organic foods and all the things that are actually in our food these days, and the dangers of shots, as far as flu shots, things of that nature. What's the word I'm looking for? Taking your child to get shots when they're younger, things like that. That's a whole nother subject, but there's a lot of interesting and dangerous things there. But anyway, that's another subject. Anyway, I studied that, and it's pretty in-depth stuff. There's a lot of information there. And then a few years later, he updated some stuff, and I learned about the importance of alkalinity and alkalizing your body, and having an alkaline pH of 7.36, which is absolutely, completely the best you can do for yourself in the way of health. So I know a lot about health, and I guess I get a little irritated sometimes because people come on that are obviously not educated in health at all, or have a very little understanding of it, and they throw out comments like, well, if you go on a 500 calorie diet, you're going to get weak, and you're going to gain all the weight back, and your body's going to go into starvation mode. Well, see, here's the thing. They're actually right, but they're wrong. Here's what I mean by that. They're right. If I were to go on a 500 calorie diet just by itself, I would get weak. I would lose weight, but I would not lose the right kind of weight. I would lose water weight. I would lose good fat weight. I would lose muscle. But here's the part they're not getting, and when I do come at them and say you're not doing your research, this is what I mean. Having HCG injections or having HCG in your body is the thing that makes that different, because HCG unlocks calories from your stored fat. So in reality, you're not getting only 500 calories, you're getting more like 2,500 calories. And that's why you can do this. That's what makes your body not go into starvation mode when you have the HCG in your system. And I guess I get irritated at people because they come on here and they think they're warning me, and they probably have really good intentions, but it aggravates me because they don't take the time to really investigate what they're talking about. And I don't mean to be rude to those people. All I ask is that please do your research and know what you're talking about when you come on and try to warn people, because you may have the best intentions in the world, but if you don't do your research, you could actually harm that person, or you could turn someone else off to something that may help them because you didn't actually do your work, do your homework and investigate. So I try not to come on here and tell anybody what to do. I try to come on here and tell people what has worked for me and what I've done and what I believe. Now, that being said, I don't know everything, but I do know an awful lot about this topic that I've been talking about because I have done research after research on it. I've read both Kevin's book and Dr. Simeon's book several times each. I know them forward and backward. I know everything that's in there. Plus, in addition to that, after I did all that, then I went on the internet and I did a whole nother world of research. And to tell you the truth, I learned way more off the internet than I did in either one of those two books. And it's just, it goes into more detail because people have actually have years of experience of doing this protocol. This protocol's been around a long time. There is a lot of case studies on it. There's a lot of people who have done it and gotten good results. There's people who have done it and have not followed it correctly and gotten poor results. So it's really all up to the person and how willing you are to follow the directions and instructions and to do your homework and research properly. So I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I'm not trying to be smart aleck or rude here, But I do get a little perturbed sometimes when people come on here and they make a statement that they think is so profound and so, oh my God, don't you get it? And I either ignore it or I respond and say, hey, you clearly don't know what you're talking about, which is really how I feel, and is really the truth in most cases. So anyway, I've been rambling on about that, but I just wanted to kind of throw that out there and see what you guys think about what I've said. I'm not a bad person. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or gripe at anybody or anything like that, but I just wanted you to know I really do know what I'm talking about. I've went to all kinds of seminars about this. I've done all kinds of research. I would be willing to pit my knowledge of health up to any nutritionist in the business, board certified, what have you. I'm willing to bet that I know way more than they do about health, nutrition, and losing weight at this point. So anyway, that being said, I'll let you go for now, and I'll talk to you soon.